Hi guys, welcome to Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio. My name's Bonnie and today is July the 8th, 2021, and this is a knitting podcast. It's about knitting, spinning, weaving, farm things, farm shenanigans, anything else you want to think of. So I have a really great episode. I haven't been podcasting for, I think it's a little over 2 months. So why don't you come along and join me and I'll share what I've been up to. The bees are here. I can see them going in and out at the bottom. They're under an apple tree. There's wild honeysuckle all over the place. Now I just have to find some thistle and plant some lavender. So we will have delicious honey. Just finished spreading all the mulch. Probably 2 more loads to go tomorrow. And I'll be putting my garden in. Look at my one lonely little daffodil. I planted bulbs. They did come up. And that one is still hanging on with its little bloom. So next year I'll have daffodils, finally. It's Sunday night. Around 8 o'clock. Welcome to Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio. My name's Bonnie, and today is the 8th of July, 2021. So welcome. Come on in, grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, something that you'd like to sit and relax and enjoy the podcast. I've got lots of great things to share with you. So if you are new to the podcast, don't forget to hit the like button if you like my content, and also hit the subscribe button. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And please don't forget to comment. I love to hear from everybody. So I am going to start. I have my finished objects on my lap, and I am not in my regular location. I'm in my sewing room and my book room / sewing room. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably have to, it's a mess in here. It's a really messy place right now. So I am going to have to stop the video and grab different things because I have so much stuff. I've been a major yarn pig and ordering books and patterns, and I've just been going crazy. So, and I have more works in progress than I've ever had in my life. So I'll share all that with you. It's going to be a long one. So let me just give you an update on what's been happening here and why I haven't been podcasting, why you haven't heard from me. We started off the May season, or May. I finished up school the end of April, and I applied for tenure in the spring, and I did get tenure. I'm an assistant professor of communications at a small college in West Virginia. And so I did receive my tenure, and I was asked at the semester by the department chair if I would take over the chair position for the department. So as of July, I am officially the chair of the humanities department. And so there was a lot of paperwork involved with applying for tenure. I ended up with over 500 pages of documentation of what I've been doing over the last 2 years, and that's a pretty standard thing when you apply for a promotion in academia. So aside from, all of my regular schoolwork and life and everything else, I was tackling that. So I'm glad that that's over with. Then when the end of April and May begins, that's the time when the fields here on the farm are really taking off and growing. And Stephen was mowing with the large tractor, and the blades came off. Somehow something happened underneath. So he had been busy that weekend trying to work on that, and it was really warm. I think it was almost 90. And I've been sitting out in the front porch, and there's a lot of mosquitoes. And even though I have a citronella candle, I got bit right there. But anyway, so he came in the house and said he just really didn't feel good. So I had him sit down and sit under the fan and gave him some water, and I took his pulse, and his heart rate was very irregular, and it was beating faster than I could count it. So I tried to encourage him to go to the emergency room, and he wouldn't go, of course. So he ended up going to his family doctor in West Virginia, and they wanted to send him via ambulance. And to make a long story short, he was in atrial fibrillation, which is when the top chambers of your heart are, normally you have a beat, 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 and his were just quivering. And that's what fibrillation is. So they tried a whole bunch of different things, and they ended up doing what's called a cardioversion, where they gave him anesthesia, and then they took the paddles, and they at a lower voltage than if you were actually having a heart attack, and they converted his heart back to a regular sinus rhythm, and he's been fine since then. But he's on a cardiac medication, and he was on a blood thinner for a little while. So so we went through that, and that was, he was admitted to the hospital on a Monday, and he was out on Thursday. So that was pretty scary moment. And then I've been busy spreading mulch and doing all kinds of things in the garden, and I woke up one morning and I just really did not feel good, and my back hurt. And I had my daughter look at my back, and there was she took a picture of it. There was a giant red mark on my back, and it had these little pin pricks in it. There were 3 of them. So she took a picture of it, and I did a virtual at a MedFirst, and they said that I was probably bitten either by a spider or a wasp. So I had a temperature for 3 or 4 days of 103, and they put me on an antibiotic, and I took that, and I think it was like the 3rd day it finally broke, but I was out. I mean, I was just really out of commission. So, back at it again, and I'm in the midst of getting bids because I need a new roof. My air conditioning and my furnace don't work anymore. They were 30 years old. They're as old as the house, so I have to have those things replaced. And I think the guys are coming tomorrow for that. I had a guy bid, and he accepted the job to paint the barn, which turned out to be a fiasco. So, let's see, what else? Oh, I'm trying to find folks. They finally put fire hydrants down at the bottom of my lane, so I have access to city water. So I'm going to tap into that and then get water and electricity up to the barn. So it's just been calling people and bids and weeding and just all the farm stuff that I absolutely love. So I'll show you some footage of the chickens, and I have 8, And let me see if I can remember their names. Okay, there's 2 black ones. It's Valerie and Viola. And then I have 3 brown ones, and it's Marilyn, Chickie 1 and Chickie 2. And then I have 3 kind of tan white ones, and those are Helen, Hilga, and Henrietta. And oh my gosh, they're so big. So I just ordered, they're in a chicken coop that's a nice size, but I feel like they need to spread out and, you know, be fun. So I ordered some more fencing, and it's portable, so I can move it all around if I want to. So so the chickens are doing good. I did a beehive check with Phil, the guy that made all my boxes for me, and the bees are doing great. They're very prolific, so all of that is going good. The horses are fat and happy, and Gabe is doing fantastic. And Scarlet Kitty is her Scarlet Kitty self, so everybody's doing great. Okay, so that's what's been going on in my life. There have been days here where it has been 95 degrees and absolutely oppressively hot. And yesterday and the day before that, I basically couldn't do anything. It was because I don't have air conditioning. I have fans and paddle fans, but it was just so hot. I mean, I just couldn't do anything. I just sit there. I'm just like melting. So, but when it cools down, I am able to get some knitting done. So I want to share all the stuff that I've been doing. Okay. So first of all, I know I showed you this in photographs, but I wanted to show you this again. This is the Helen Stewart. This is the Stillness shawl. And ta-da! Look at that lace. Is that not beautiful and gorgeous? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, and I showed you the outfit that I'm going to wear with this. So this is beautiful, wonderful. I'm so happy. It's nice and big. I love it. And I love this yarn. This is from the Woolly Thistle. I think this is a lace Rama. And this, I can't remember. I think this is called Grapefruit, Georgia Yarns. And this is Emma's yarn. So I really, as I said in previous podcasts, I love Helen Stewart's patterns. Love, 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 love. So this one's done. And then this is the other one. I thought I got all my ends tied in, but I guess I didn't. And this is the 100 Acre Wood shawl that I made with yarn from the Fiber Company. They're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is their 50 Shades, 50 Shades of Gradient. Ta-da! So I got more. This is, I think this is merino and silk, and this is absolutely, oh, it is so drapey, and it is so wonderful. I just love this. So I'm going to do another one with similar colorways, because is that not beautiful? That is just, the colors are gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and there's my ends. But look, I did a picot edge. I've never done a picot edge before. And I blocked each one of those little points. So I am really excited. And I have an outfit to wear with this as well. So I'm trying to do that. So everything I make is going to have an outfit or two eventually. Either I'm going to make the outfit or I'm going to use something that I already have. Okay, so what have I been knitting? lots of stuff. So let me go get my bags of knitting, and I'll be right back. I'm going to keep doing this. I might just stop talking and then click back on again, so that way you're not like, where is she? What's she doing? Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I put some makeup on here. Boy, that thing, it was really red. It's all swollen. I have the world's worst sinuses. I wake up and I think it's probably because I'm mowing, but sometimes I am just so clogged up, and just my head is just, it feels like I have a head cold sometimes. But like I said, I've been mowing, and it has been, now today it's raining and it's now in the low 70s, but like I said, ooh, it was hot. I already told you, I was going nuts. I hate to be hot. And I'm usually a cold person, so, you know, the heat doesn't bother me that much, but when it gets up to 95 and you're outside trying to do stuff, it's cramping my style. So am I professional or what? I have show notes, but I wrote on this page, I'm working with a colleague on redoing some English classes on their computer pages, and we get to talking, and we're talking about recipes and our farm animals and kids and all kinds of stuff. But she gave me some ideas for jelly, because you know I love making jelly. And she said honeysuckle jelly, lavender and chamomile jelly, tomato and pineapple, she said, was really good. She saw a recipe for lavender and Earl Grey jelly, and chamomile and Earl Grey. So that's on my list of things to do. Okay, so okay, I showed you my finished objects. Now for the spinning stuff. Okay, I have everything in a giant pile here. Okay, I purchased a fleece, put my name in for an order for a fleece at Serenity Farm. She's from Michigan, and she has a podcast, Carrie. She has a podcast, and it's called My Wool Mitten, and I love her podcast. I absolutely love it. So I ordered a pound or two of the fleece, and this is a little guy by the name of River, and I ordered the raw fleece. I washed it, and I just want to show you how gorgeous this is. Look at that. It is awesome. I love it. Look at the crimp. Can you see the, yeah, you can see the crimp and the tips, and it's like a dark black with the brown tips on the end. So so I was watching, and I just, I was just loving this, just adoring the fleece, and not really sure what I was going to use it for. But I was watching Susan's Wild Cottage Ireland, and that's the name of her podcast. And she is, she's not hosting, I don't know who's hosting the knit along, spin along. I'm not sure who it is, but I'll find out. But it's hashtag Bats to Hats on Instagram. And so she was talking about entering this, and you have to take a bat and spin it up and then knit a hat with it. So what I thought I would do is I would blend. I'm just going to take a hunk of this, and I'm going to blend. I have a blending board. I have hand carders. I have a blending board. I have a drum carder, a small Louette drum carder, and I have combs. And I've been experimenting with this fleece. I haven't tried this yet. This is a big giant ball of fiber that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I don't even know what it is. I think I took the band off of it, but I thought those colors would be really pretty together. Just a little pop of that as you're spinning it. So, so yeah, that is, I'm gonna do some experimenting with this and see. I'll card these together, a little bit of it, spin it up, wash it, and knit the sample and see what it looks like. So I will keep you posted on this. But the little guy's name, like I said, is River, and this is a fleece from Serenity Farms, and her podcast is My Wool Mitten. And I will try to remember to put the links to everything I talk about below. But that's that. Okay. So, got the fleece. Isn't this gorgeous? I love that. It looks like sherbet. Oh, it's so pretty. I could go for some sherbet right now. No, you can't. You can't have sherbet. Okay, so we have that. Let's see. Let me check my list. See what's next. Okay. Weaving. I'll put in a video for weaving right here so you can see what I'm up to there. Okay, so now my works in progress. Okay, this isn't a works in progress. I'll show you this first. Let's have this. Yes, okay, I'll show you this one. This is a works in progress. Okay. So what I think I'm starting to do is I'm going so far on projects till I reach a point where I have to think about what I'm doing a little bit, and then I go on and do another one. So this is the Hansel, half version of the Hansel by Gudrun Johnston. And I showed this on my last podcast, but I just wanted to show you where I was. This is so much fun to knit. I love it. And right now, I am at the point where I have to change to the colors. So I thought that would be a really good place to stop. And this is yarn. This is Jamieson and Smith. And I think this is 2-ply jumper weight. So I'll show you all the colors. So, and I showed these before. So, and I just followed exactly the pattern. I didn't deviate. I used the exact colors that they have in the picture. So, let's see. Okay. So these are, my hands are too small. There. And they're coming up pretty good. The lighting in here today is really good. Very nice. So those are all the colors. This is the main color, and then these ones are all the stripy accent colors. And I think they're all numbers. Yeah, they're all numbers. They don't give nifty names. Okay, so, all right. I'm just going to throw this stuff on the floor, and I will show you where I am. And I have to actually look at the pattern again. I switched needles because I started on a new project and I needed the same needles, and I was working on with these. I think these are like these are 4-inch needles, and they're the oh gosh, I forget what they're called, but look, they're pink. They're wooden. Oh, what are the names? I have the needle thing right over there. Um, they're the tan ones. I can't remember. But these are really too small. These are really for socks. And I did get the full set, but and they're okay to knit with. It just, I'm used to a longer needle. But I love the color. Isn't that so pretty? Pink. Okay, so let's see. You have to put what you were knitting on waste yarn, and then you pick up all around the edges. Boy, this is a mess. It's been in the bag scrunched. This is going to look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But this is how far I got. This is, doesn't that look lovely? There. So I'm at the point now where I have to join all the colors. So I have to tell you a funny story because I'm thinking about this. So I had to go to an administrative conference in West Virginia, and it was at this resort. And this was, I think it was sometime in June. And so the deal was that the college paid for our stay. We got there on Friday, started our conference at 1 o'clock, and then we got up on Saturday morning and had the conference from 8 until noon, and then we were done. And if you wanted to stay over, you could. And I didn't. I just like to be home. So so I started driving back, and as I'm driving back, now I had stopped at our place in West Virginia, and when I went in the garage, because it had rained so much there, there was some, there was like a big piece of fiberglass insulation that fell, and it brushed up against my knees. And I didn't pay any attention to it. I was in a hurry and doing stuff. So as I'm driving back home, all of a sudden my legs, my knees started like itching really bad. And I'm like, so I stopped at a red light and I pulled up my leggings to see, and here I had all these little bumps all over me, and I immediately thought, oh my gosh, that hotel had bed bugs. So I called my daughter Samantha, and I'm like, what's a bed? She's like, oh yeah, if you were in a hotel, that's like where they are, bed bugs, blah. And I'm like, oh no. So she's like, when you go home, you have to take everything off, leave everything outside, anything you had in the hotel. And I brought all my yarn and all my projects. And I'm like, what? So I left everything on the porch, and thank God I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I peeled off all my clothes, I bunched them up, and I threw them right in the washer. And she's like, Mom, wash them like 2 or 3 times. Anything you had in your suitcase, leave that outside, wash that. So within 10 minutes after I took my clothes off, all those little marks were gone. And here it wasn't bed bugs at all. I brushed up against the insulation. It's fiberglass. And so that's what was itchy. So anyway, sorry, I digress. But anyway, this is, let me see, this is where I am at this point. So I just have to do, this is the fun part right here. And then I get to do the lace border. And so I just wanted to really enjoy that. But I had some other projects that I was dying to get started on, which I'll show you next. And, okay, so that's that. And I'm just going to throw this down. My sewing room is an absolute disaster. There's books on the floor. It's a mess. There's books on the table. There's patterns. There's a big box of knitting needles. If I turned this around and showed you, and there's a big pile of pattern stuff that I have to put away. Okay. So, okay, this is a project. I got this on Isn't that the cutest bag? I got 2 or 3 of those. And this is from a yarn shop. I think it's in Florida. And I can't remember the name of it. But I'll link it below. But they sell these, and isn't that cute? The little sheep. I think I got 3 or 4. Okay, so I haven't started this yet. But this is I think I showed this the last time. This is by Davies, and this is a lace shawl. Let me find a picture. And this is called the Observatory. And I saw it in Ravelry, and I just loved the yellow because I'm on a yellow kick. All right, here we go. Now, in the pattern that I printed out, it shows it in white, but again, we've got lace, and I just love this. So I bought her yarn, and I feel so disjointed. So I bought Davies yarn, and this is called Mackle Roe tweed. These are 25-gram balls, and it's showing a lot yellower than it really is, but it's got little flecks of tweed in there. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love it. Okay, so I think it takes 100 grams to make that shawl in there. Okay, so there's that. And I'm still working on this. I haven't touched this for months. This is my Hitch Hiker, and this is Emma's yarn, which I absolutely love. I love that color. I just love it. So I will finish this. This is a mindless knit. And sometimes I throw it in my car sometimes, and if I have to sit somewhere for a little bit, I knit on it, but I just love it. I love the colors. That'll be pretty for when it gets a little colder, when it's not 95. And again, it's in this bag. And remember I told you I had like one project bag and I was going to make myself a whole bunch? Well, I bought some. I bought quite a lot. Okay, so this is another project I put in a project bag because I want to hurry up and make this. This is another Helen Stewart, and this is called Planting Seeds, and that's so perfect for me. I love this. Look at this. I think this is like 2 or 3 patterns that I printed off of the same one, but just different sizes. See, and I even have my needles, and I'm all ready to write my notes. So this is how I'm organizing my knitting, because I end up where I want to do a project and I have all the yarn and then I forget. So if I put everything in a project bag ready to go and I print out the pattern and I actually store the needles in here as long as I don't need them, then I can get started. So I got as far as that, and then this is the yarn that I'm actually going to use. And this is all Emma's yarn. I love her colors. So this one is Take a Hike, and this one is Butterwood. They're true to color. Let me show you Take a Hike again. They're showing up a little bit lighter. This is a little more kind of earthy green. And then this one is Plant Lady, which I thought was really cute for that, planting seeds. So I'm the Plant Lady. Aren't those colors great? Look how pretty. The green, and there's a little yellow in there. Definitely flowers, flower petals, all the colors of beautiful flowers. Okay, so that one's gonna get caked up, and I'm gonna try to start that. So, but I want to get back to the Hansel, but I want to show you why I stopped with the Hansel. Okay, I'm back. With this humidity, my hair is, I don't know what's wrong with it. I just pull it back like this and try to do my best. It's just, I don't care. Anyway, this is by Susan Crawford. This is the pattern. I have been looking at this sweater, and I think I even sent a private message to Paula from Stitches by Mrs. D. I really wanted to make this, and I wanted to use her yarn in all her colors because it's just so beautiful. This is called Constant Companion, and I just loved it. I loved it. And she did it in two, I think this is her daughter in the other picture. I just think she's so beautiful. Okay, this is her daughter. So it's like a green, and then I like the green too, but I really wanted to do the red. And what I thought was really cute when I was looking at this is, so she's wearing, let's see if I can show you this. She's wearing this with the cutest, I don't know if that's a dress or a skirt, but it's all cowgirls. It's like really, I don't know, I guess it's like 1940s with their big cowboy hats or cowgirl hats and their scarves, and I just love that. I just thought it was so cute. So when the reason I emailed Paula was because I was like, the yarn was so expensive, and it's over in the UK, and I was just like, I just can't justify, it was just way out of my price range, and I have so much yarn, and here I am buying not only more yarn, but a yarn that's like super expensive. So I looked at it again, and I think I had the wrong size because I had to order a whole bunch of yarn, and I'm not sure how she did the shipping, but it wasn't nearly, when I reconfigured everything, it was still expensive, but it was not nearly what I thought it was going to be. So, so let me show you the yarn. This is, I think, it doesn't say on the ball band, but this is a sheep from the UK, and these are all the companion colors that make up the yoke. And aren't they gorgeous? And they are, the yellow is a little bit too yellowy. These are all really muted colors, and I think they are so pretty. And then here's the red, but this is a specific breed of sheep that's raised in the UK. So, and that's showing way pinker. This is called pomegranate. Is that how you say it? Pomegranate? Granite? Granite. Pomegranate. And it says spun in Devon, dyed in Scottish borders, skeined and wrapped in Lancashire hills. Okay, so it utilizes the fleece of Exmoor blue-faced sheep, which live on Exmoor, blended to create a warm, soft, bouncy, strong yarn with subtle luster and attractive halos. It's perfect for cable, texture, stitches, and particularly well suited for stranded color work. So, isn't that great? So, it's so squishy. This yarn is absolutely, it just flies through your hands when you knit it. So it's a bottom up, and it's supposed to be worked in the round, and then it's the cardigan, you steek it. But I didn't want to steek it, so I'm just going back and forth, and I'll find out how much I hate purling color work when I get there. So I'm just going to go for the gusto. But I already changed the pattern already, so I'm not steeking it. It called for a 2x2 rib, and I did a seed stitch, which took me forever to do, but I really like that. So what I'm doing is, I love knitting this, but I'm gonna wait. I think it's 18 inches for my size. It's 18 inches till you get to the armhole, and I probably have about 5 more inches left to go till I get to the armhole. So I'm gonna knit to that, and then I'm gonna put it down, because that's when you can either do the sleeves at that point or knit a little bit more, and then you start in with the color work and the decreases. And so I'm just going to knit to that point, and I'm going to put it away, and I'm going to finish the Hansel. Okay, so that's my game plan. And once I start on the hard part of things, then I'll keep going till I finish it, till I get it done. I'll be a monogamous. The other thing that I'm working on is, this is the pattern by the Woolly Thistle, and it's called the Vanilla Sweater. And I spilled coffee all over this. But I got to, this is a top down, and I got to the point where you have to split for the hem and then knit separately, and I stopped there. So the only thing I have to do at this point is finish down through the hem, and I think I'm going to do a seed stitch hem on this, and then do the yoke, which is just, I'll do a seed stitch up here too, and then do the arms, and I'll do the cuffs in a seed stitch as well. But this is fun, and this is with yarn. It's called Rama, and this is a really fun pattern. So, and I talked about this before in one of my podcasts. I like this yarn. It's toothy, and I really do like the tertiary colors, and I like it all. That's so funny, because I'm so drawn to, you know, colors like this and the Emma's yarn, and I love the toothiness of this. I'm just all over the map. I like it all. So let me show you where I am on this guy. Oh, well, I'll save this for a minute and show you. So I am right here where I'm going to split, and it's going to split it's going to be higher than normal, because I'm sure this is going to drape, but I don't know. I love this. And this is just one size fits all. So I just wanted this to be big and loose and almost like a sweatshirt. See? I wonder if that'll do a screenshot. Okay, so there's that. Okay, good thing it's raining out, so I can clean up my room when I'm done. Okay, so those are all the things that I'm working on, and I already showed you 2 bags, but let me show you. I was watching Fiber Tales, and I can't remember the gal's name, but she is a knitwear designer, and she is doing a collaboration with a yarn company and a bag maker, and they put up these kits. They designed these kits for one of her latest patterns, which I have, and I haven't printed it out yet. It's the Bumblebee shawl, and it's done in this really pretty honey colored yarn that they've sold. They must have sold out immediately. And so I went on the website of the bag maker because they were selling everything in kits, and I couldn't get the yarn. I was able to get the pattern on Ravelry, and I thought, well, I'm just going to get the bag, and then I'll just order the yarn separate when they have it available. So the bag maker is Blue Rabbit House, Unique Designs and Illustrations. Wait till you see this bag. Oh my gosh. Is this like the coolest thing ever? It's got a drawstring, and this is like it's not a rawhide. I think it might be rawhide, but it's a leathery kind of drawstring. And then it has the pattern of the fabric, or she painted that. And then it's got this leather strap. And then it fits all my yarn and my sweater and the pattern with lots of extra room. And does it have a pocket? It doesn't, but it has beautiful lining. This is all cotton, and look at the back. Look at this. Is this gorgeous? I love it. So I got this, and when I got it, and it was packaged beautifully with a beautiful little card, and oh my gosh, it was so nice. So I got that, and I went back on the website, and I was like, okay, I need more of her bags. And she does all the artwork herself. You know, that's all, you know, I don't know if she does one design and then has the fabric printed up, but it's just as cute as you can get. So I saw this check-on, and I had to get that. It's got, this is like a nylon handle, and it's got beautiful lined fabric, and this one doesn't have anything on the back. But is that chicken about as cute as you can get? She's got all kinds of rabbits and chickens and possums and just everything you can think of. So I got that, and of course I had to get the bunny with the little ladybug, and this has the same drawstring. So that could fit a shawl. But oh, I just love it. Isn't he cute? And there's nothing on the back. And I think this is just a light blue lining. Are they ever cute? love it. And it's got the boxed bottoms on all of them. So you can, you know, flip this down and have it sit like a little basket. And I got the little cow. This is a little zipper, you know, just for notions. Look how cute the lining is. And she has her little name embroidered in there. I just thought these are as cute as you can get. It's really inspiring me. I want to do watercolors. I want to paint like that. As if I don't have enough to do. Okay, my last, let me show you some other bags here. Okay, this bag is by Jessica Nichole Handmades. And Jessica has a Instagram account, and she also has a podcast. She is so incredibly talented. I mean, she not only does knitting, but she does crocheting, she does clothing. You just have to watch her podcast. She is beautiful, beautiful, and very soothing to watch, and she just is so talented. So let me tell you about this bag, because Stephen even looked at this bag and he was like, that is really nice. She makes rubber stamps, and she just started putting them back on her Etsy shop, and she made all these stamps. So it's all these different pine cones and a pine branch, like the different kind of branches, like that's white pine, that look could be a Norway spruce, and you know how I feel about pine trees. So she stamps all of these stamps, and there's another, you know, just different kind of pine cones. These are the pine cones that I have most, but there's these little ones like that. It just is so beautiful. It's got the box bottom. It's beautifully sewn, and she has kind of a gorgeous matching rope drawstring. The lining is beautiful. It's a linen lining. I think this might be linen on the outside as well. Let me see if she says it. Okay, cotton twill on the outside and linen fabric on the inside. And that, it looks green, but it's brown. Brown green, maybe? I think it might be greeny brown. But on the inside, it has 2 pockets on the inside. There's a pocket, and there's a pocket, and it has a little elastic thing to put whatever, you know, whatever you wanted. And then it has another ring in here, but check this out. She crocheted that pine cone. And look at that. Fern, pine needles. This bag is gorgeous. Go to her shop. You will not be disappointed. Is this beautiful? I'm just shocked. She did it was like 3 layers of gauzy fabric, and she hand stamped all these different like ferns and things all over the fabric. And then from Merchant and Mills, I can't remember the name of the pattern of the blouse that she made, but she did this gorgeous gauzy blouse. It was beautiful, just beautiful. So check her out. She does a lot of how-tos. She's amazing. I love her. So, okay, some more bags. All right. So I am going to be selling these on my Etsy shop if anybody wants them. This is my logo. This is a really big, giant bag, and that's my logo, Meadowsweet Farm. And then on the back, I have beautiful handmade textiles inspired by ancient makers of our past and the beauty found in all things kissed by the sun. So I have it in this. This is a really sturdy, ginormous bag. I had these made through Zazzle. And then I have the smaller versions of the tote, like this. So if you are interested in purchasing a Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio bag, they will be on my Etsy shop, and I will share the link with you below. Okay. Now for some yarn piggery. I'm not going to show you much because I'm embarrassed that I spent so much on yarn, and I kept printing out one pattern after another. So now my printer doesn't have any more colored ink. It's called the Star Cardigan, and this one I didn't print out because I have it saved on my phone, and I'm not ready to make this yet. This is a all over color work cardigan, and I saw it on the Woolly Thistle. If you haven't visited the Woolly Thistle website, or if you haven't watched her podcast, she is so inspiring, and she gets all European based yarn, like the Jameson and Smith, Jameson of Shetland, and then there's a whole slew of yarn. But this is the Jameson and Smith, which I didn't realize. Jameson, I guess, over in the Shetland Islands is a very common name, and there's two yarn makers over there, two mills. One is Jameson and Smith, and the other one is Jameson and Shetland. So this is Jameson and Smith, and I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a little, it's like a tweedy with different colors of teal and green and pink and just all these little muted there. That you can see it better there. So so I got this, and this is the main color, and then the accent color is this. So, and it's just the star pattern, but it's all over the whole sweater. So, so as soon as I get done with all the things that I'm working on, I'm going to start on this. Okay. Now, I have fallen in love with designers that I love is Helen Stewart. I think her patterns are just so well written, and I love Gudrun Johnston. I am going to be looking at some more of her patterns once I'm finished with the Hansel shawl. I just love, love, love those. And Marie Wallin. Oh my gosh. Kitty. No. As I was talking to you, she took a whole ball of Kate Davies yarn and just went crazy with it. Now she was trying to get this. I can't leave anything on the ground. She's so funny. Come here, kitty. Scarlet, come here. I'll go get her. Wait here. Okay, she ran down the steps. Sometimes she gets kind of crabby. Don't we all? It's been hot. Okay, so Marie Wallin, and I have this book. I've had this for a while, and I just went through this really like weird phase of knitting where I was just knitting the Hitch Hiker because I didn't think I had any brain space to do anything else. I just felt like I could just do garter stitch. And I know I can do all the stitches. And if I just sit and focus on the pattern, you just read through the pattern and you do what the pattern says. And, you know, if you make a mistake, you rip it out, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. So, but anyway, now I have my mojo and I'm just going crazy with yarn and patterns and trying to do all these great things. So, I love this shawl. This is called the Solstice shawl. And isn't that pretty? And so I want to make that shawl. I want to make every single thing in this pattern, but I have earmarked certain patterns. And she recommends Jameson of Shetland. And this sweater is what I'm going to start with. I ordered the yarn already. This is called Mackle Roe. And I love the model. She's in, I read somewhere that she's going to use her for all of her sweater designs. And you just watch her mature over the years. But she's just gorgeous. She's got this beautiful red hair and she has very unique features. I love all of her freckles, and I love the outfits that she pairs the sweaters with. That skirt is gorgeous. Look at the backdrop. So I think this is a bottom up, and it takes 3 different colors of the Jameson and Shetland. So I ordered the yarn. Isn't she pretty? Look at that braid in her hair. I just love her. Okay, so look at my dirty nails, my dirty gardening nails. Okay, so there's that one. And then Whalsay is the other sweater. I haven't ordered the yarn for this yet. That looks like that has a lot more pattern work. And I'm just going to take my time and enjoy what I'm doing. And I'll flip-flop between some of the other things that I have on my needles. I do want to make this one. I love that cardigan. I showed that to Stephen and he's like, it looks like it's, I think it's shorter in the front than in the back, but it just drapes so nicely. Look at this seascape. Isn't that beautiful? And then there's a couple fingerless mitts that I want to do. There's 2 all over cardigans that I'm going to do, but I didn't, you know, of course I'm not going to order the yarn. I definitely have to do this one at some point. Isn't that plum color beautiful? So that's a Jameson and Shetland. It's called Bramble. So it's so much fun to do this. Just dream on. So that's all I'm going to show you today. I have a whole basket of yarn that I purchased, but I'll show you that next time. Let's see. Weaving wise, I haven't touched my baby wolf shacked. I have a lace scarf on there that I'm working on. I am doing a hand spun. I think I'll stick that somewhere in here that share that with you. I'm almost done with that, and that's on my Julia in my family room. But when it, like right now, it's starting to get humid. It's not hot, but it's just that, you know, it's wet and damp and it's raining, and so I'm such a whiner. I was talking to a friend, and her son, I think he kind of slacked off over COVID, and so he has to repeat a semester, and she said that was his back taxes for not paying attention. So so anyway, I think that's it for the moment. I shared with you in the beginning of the video some photographs of, or some footage of the bumblebees, and then Stephen and I went to a historic tavern, and it's on the National Road, Route 40, and it's a very historic road. I think it goes from Washington all the way to Maryland, and it's got all these historic buildings, and the Century Inn was built in the late 18th century, and it might be later than that. It might be like 1820, and it is definitely, you know, it lists all the famous people that stayed there. It was an inn, and now they've turned it into, it's like an inn, kind of bed and breakfast, and a restaurant. So we went out there and we just had so much fun. It's so beautiful. So that is at the end of the video, and you can hear my sidekick, the comic relief part of this video. So as we walk the grounds, it's beautiful. So I hope you stay and enjoy that. And I hope everyone is well. And I hope you all are having a really good summer. And I will try to get back. Probably what I'm going to do is shoot little vignettes of things and just publish, you know, if I'm spinning, or maybe show you some clips of the chickens or the bees or the horses. And if I'm knitting or spinning, I am going to show you the carding process with Carrie's wool from Serenity Farms. So I'll share that with you. So please don't forget to subscribe. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm over 800. I'm reaching almost 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if you could please do that so I can get above 1,000. I know you shouldn't care about numbers, but that's always been my goal. I don't care, you know, if it's, you know, just hovers at 1,000, that's okay. But I just wanted to at least reach 1,000. So if you could hit like, thumbs up, if you could give me a comment, that would be great. And I am going to do, just like Wild Cottage Ireland, I'm going to do a really special giveaway once I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. So help me out, guys. Please. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone is happy, and happy knitting, right? Happy knitting, happy crafting, happy weaving. And also, I want to say hi to my mom. Hi, Mom. Oh, Mom, you're going to get one of these bags with some jelly. I'm making a little pile for you to send to you. So, alrighty, guys, take care. Bye.
Shots here. Yeah. A lot of green water. Shit, I'd go buy algae stuff and take big nets and scrape my pond so that wasn't there. Pull out all that algae, and hours spent out there, especially in the rain. Because when it was raining, the pond would fill up with water.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just take big constructed these big long things out of PVC pipe with nets. And I would like take the nets and pull the algae to the drain where the water was below it too, and suck out pieces of algae as big as Volkswagens. It was amazing. I would do that every year. Algae.
What?
Don't mess around with algae. Oh, nice. Now they got the reverse bench here. Look at that big rock. Aw. Oh. Table for two?
Yeah.
Would you like a table for two?
It's like at the,
Come here for breakfast.
yeah.
It looks like they've used this lately, though. It's like a table for two in the weeds.
This is like at the place in Avella where they had all the stuffed
If
animals.
you're full, you can wait right here. You sit here, we'll get your table. Okay? Did you want that with or without the weeds?
Yeah, this is their
This
wisteria.
will work, huh?
I remember one year I came down here and yeah, look,
That's all wisteria?
it's here's the blossoms. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I need to clean this up a little bit. This would be great. This would be great. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Take out the mailman. Well, that looks like Teddy Roosevelt with the blue glasses and the stash and the hat. Give him hell Teddy. And then, you know, underneath him is like Abe. Honest Abe Lincoln. And next to Abe Lincoln is Aretha Franklin. And then 1825 right next to Aretha is Michael Jackson. And then there's Fudgy the Whale. Have some Fudgy the Whale, if you're from New England. And then there's like that little dog with the yellow shock collar, or flea collar. And then this dude that appears to have just come out of a mine in his green pants and checkered shirt with the yellow boots, and he's got a canary in one hand to see if it's safe to get through the mine, and he's got a donkey with a pick coming out of his head in the other half, and he's got a miner's hat on, and it's Route 40, and that's where we are. Christmas trees. The end. Some autogenic. Had to get that. Shh. She's filming. Quiet. Talk, please.
Mm-hmm.
Now that red house there, that was the house of ill repute, I understand.
Yes.
And it's still red?
And this is the National Road.
West.
Go west.
Take the best, go 40 west. Well, nice little place to look at. Can I come out first? Are you filming now?
Come on out.
Thanks for coming.